Hey everybody, this is Crystal Oliver, your new favorite financial coach, and I got my clipboard today. Today is Financial Freedom Friday. I know it's late, but I'm jumping on anyway. I'm jumping on anyway, and I got a special guest
Hey,
with
what's
me
up,
tonight.
y'all?
I got Derek Oliver, my husband, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit about marriage and money. Marriage and money. So, that's one of our favorite topics. And so we're going to give you 3 quick tips about marriage and money. And so feel free to share it with anyone and let us know if you enjoyed this video. And other topics that you might want us to talk about. So Derek and I have been married for 17 years.
17 great years, wonderful years.
Yeah, we're
a great journey.
Yep. So we're almost 18 years
Almost
old.
grown.
We can't, what you say, we have our driver's license, we have a little bit of independence, but we can't drink. So we're 18, we're 17, we're gonna be 18 this year. So our marriage is gonna be 18 this year. So I just want to welcome everybody that's jumping on. We're going to talk a little bit about marriage and money. And so if you are close to getting married or if you're already married, we think that this could apply to anybody that is either engaged, thinking about getting married, want to be married, or already married. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. And the first tip tonight, Derek, is what?
Yeah, open and honest. So you definitely, when you come together with your mate, you definitely want to be transparent. You want to be open. You want to bring everything to the table. Right? The debts, all your debts, your college loans, your credit cards, your department store cards. I mean, even when we were engaged and getting serious and having these discussions, I had a repossession. I had to, so you just want to do a full disclosure of all the things that, your money history, your financial history, because you're trying to shoot for a goal. Right? You want to come together. You want to shoot for a goal. You're going to be on the same wavelength. And so, so you want to definitely be open and honest so you can move forward, so you can progress.
Right. So as you're becoming one in your marriage, you're also going to become one financially. Right. And so just being open and honest and having it all out on the table helps a whole lot. It helped us a lot. And so we knew what we needed to tackle, what we needed to do our first couple of years of marriage, especially our first year, rebuilding our credit. And it's not that hard to do. We did it in a year's time. You just got to have a little bit of patience and you can do that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to decide on your system. And what I mean by system, I just mean, how are you going to manage your finances? Are you going to use a tool? Online tool? Are you going to use an Excel spreadsheet? Are you going to write it on a piece of paper? Who is better at doing that? And in our marriage, it's me. It's me. But Derek is probably better at spending money. He spends less money than I do. I probably spend more money, but I'm more of the administrative. I probably just manage our money because I'm better at Excel. Probably.
All of those Microsoft skills, at least to the Excel part.
So I'm better at Excel, so I manage our money. But I know in the beginning, one part of our system, so I use Excel spreadsheet to manage our money. But in the beginning, one part of our system was that we would meet every month to talk about what do we have for that month. And in my first video, I talked about variable expenses. A lot of times, what your fixed expenses are because you have a lot of fixed expenses. But when you have somebody's birthday coming up, getting prepared for Christmas, if you want to take a trip or whatever, you have to sit down and plan for that stuff. Where we're going to get this money from, right? And so just really, that was probably a part of our system in the beginning was meeting. And some people, everybody, we have a joint account. Does everybody?
Yeah, I don't think everybody. I talked to some of my friends, and they don't exactly have all their money, in one account.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it could be someone they probably got bad money management habits, or they have an addiction. So it's reasons why people decide to, and valid reasons why people decide to separate their money. But we encourage and suggest that people do put their money together because we are becoming one, right?
Right.
And so we do it emotionally, socially, mentally, and then you want to do it financially. So it's definitely something that we encourage, but we do understand there are different, situations and complex situations that people find themselves in. So
yeah, so you just have to decide what is your system, right? And so what works for you, what works for your marriage, and what's gonna keep y'all together. So if it's saying, hey, we have two separate spending accounts, but we put a certain amount of money in for our fixed bills, and that's what works for you and your marriage, then that's what that's the system that works for you. Another thing that somebody taught me when I first got married was that they discuss, like if somebody's buying a big ticket item, maybe a certain amount, you decide whatever amount that is. If it's $100, $200, $500, if you're gonna, that's a part of our system. That's how we manage, And so you kind of decide, you come together. This is what we're going to talk about it every month. We're going to decide if we spend this amount of money, we're going to use the Excel spreadsheet or good budget or whatever works for us. Every dollar or whatever works for us, that we can share information and be able to be on the same page. All righty. So the last thing is that we recommend, and so we're just going to give you 3 pointers tonight. We could go on and on and on all night about marriage and money. We're just going to give you 3 pointers tonight. So the last one is what, dear?
Get out of debt ASAP. ASAP. Man, it would change your life. I mean, getting out of debt would change your life. And that was our number one thing. We was like extremists. We was like insanely extreme about getting out of debt in our, when we first got married. And man, we made a lot of sacrifices. We gave up a lot of things to accomplish that goal. But once we got out of debt, it really just set a great solid foundation for us later in life and every other part of our life, not just financially, but in every other area in our lives too. It really benefited us for a long time. And we still feeling the
effects of it. That's true. I always tell people that one of the things I always say is that get other areas, freeze your time, freeze you in other areas. It's not necessarily like that we got a whole lot of money right now, that we're rich or whatever, but what it has done is that it allows us flexibility. We can transition easy into different positions, different roles. One of us might have a different interest and say, you know what, I want to try to pursue that. And so we don't feel tied to a situation that may not be good for us or that's keeping us from being able to pivot. And so what we do, being financially free has allowed us to be able to, make those quick changes, to be flexible, to be available to our family, how we see fit. So it's not necessarily like it allowed us balance. I feel like we've had a lot of balance.
We have, adding kids to the mix, we have gone back in debt. Like
true,
kids with that, right?
True.
We have gone back in debt.
When people say facts.
For real, like we've gone back in debt because your life changes, right? Kids to the mix. It changes things. And so, but we had those principles still in place that we can follow and get back out of that. So life happens, stuff happens. And so you'll find yourself back in debt maybe, but you have those principles in place that we follow, you can come right back out. And so definitely.
So these are our 3 pointers for y'all tonight. I told y'all, I always tell y'all I'm not going to keep y'all long. And so we just had those 3 pointers. Like I said earlier, we could probably go on all night and talk about marriage and money and including children in that. But we're going to stop right there. But if you're a church or if you have an organization and you would like for us to come to present, we love to just present to a group of people and just talk about this subject or anything that I've done a video on: budgeting, credit, savings, debt reduction. Derek can talk about business credit, building business credit. And so we love to talk about these things, obviously, because I keep jumping on here on Friday. And so it is, and we want to see everybody to become financially free. And so and to thrive. Thrive instead of survive. So give us, check us out on budgetmeblack.com. You can book us there if you want us to come and speak to a group of people. And if you have questions about anything we talk about, give us feel free to call us 1-800-983-9610. That's our telephone number. Y'all know we haven't even been doing this for a month. So publicly, we've helped people for many years privately, but we've only been doing this for a month. Some really great people have supported us and just gave us really, really good feedback. So we'll take all the feedback we can get. But thank you, and I hope that this was helpful. And I'll see you guys next Friday, and hopefully it won't be so late. All right, see you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Derek. All right, bye.